Whoa! Hey! Hello! Welcome everyone to the Master Debaters. And if you think you've come to the wrong show, well then I will fight you on that subject in a heated argument back and forth with duly coursed rounds and a vote to decide whether this is in fact the Master Debaters, and I can assure you it is. So let's just nip that in the bud right now, ladies and gentlemen, and get the show rolling. Yes, welcome. This is the Master Debaters. Welcome all into the auditorium. Harley and Shani, hello, welcome in. And anyone else out there. We are joined by our guests this evening. First of all, with Spock on their shoulder. It is, in a rubber duck form, it is the rubber duck himself, Meatloaf.
Yes, it's an extender.
Brilliant. That duck needs an extender. That's what I mean. Extended shoulder. And facing him tonight in fierce verbal competition, it is my man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, and other things that rhyme with those words that end with hour. It is Eddie of Doom.
Hello everyone, I've forgotten how to do my intro.
No.
Brilliant, Meatloaf. Yes, no. Was that what you had planned for the intro?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm glad. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Master Debaters. What is this brand new show? Well, it is rather simple. I have two guests and they will be competing in a series of rounds, disputing, debating and arguing the most ridiculous of ridiculous notions that not only trouble us in everyday life, but also things you may have never even considered. So they have no idea, for the most part, what arguments they will be actually debating, or whether they are for or against it just yet. So they are going to have to put themselves into the shoes of someone else and rely on their improv imagination to get them through. Oh yes. Well, improv and half an imagination tonight. But I thank you both for joining me on this inaugural episode. I'm sold, by the way. I mean, you probably know that already. Nevertheless...
Very, very erotic.
Yeah, thank you very much. Nevertheless, we are going to kick things off with the first round, which is Come At Me, Bro. And with this around every round this evening, we will put it to the vote. If it's just Shani's going to work in a minute, so if it's just Harley gets the deciding factor. So there we go. We'll just ask her rather than put a poll up, I suppose. Nevertheless, yes, come at me, bro. I will be arguing, debating a topic, and it will be up to you guys after I'm finished, as a little bit of a warm-up, to come at me, bro, and give me your best responses as to why I'm wrong. So, even if you think I'm right. So, although I suppose if one of you does agree, the other one could take the opposite opinion. Nevertheless, we'll get the ball rolling here. My debate... Whoa! Panda coming in with a raid.
Hey!
Hello Panda, welcome in my friend, welcome in just in time. We have just kicked off, we're about to kick off the first round as well. How are you? How was your stream, my friend? Good to have you here. Yes, farewell Shani, take care, I hope you have a lovely day at work.
Wait, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
This is Master Debater, not the presidential debate, right?
That is correct.
Oh, I'm in the wrong show. Yeah.
Oh no!
This is Wait, that means I win by default, so that's actually the best option.
You haven't
so
even
thank
heard
you
my
everyone for
arguments
attending.
yet. You haven't even heard my arguments for why I should be doing this show.
Fine, alright.
Hey!
I was told by my advisor that this will still be good publicity, so...
Well, yes, I hope so. Right, ladies and gentlemen, right, here is my debate. And my debate is that Pepsi is better than Coke. Right? In every conceivable manner.
Do we have to be against this? Because...
No, you don't necessarily have to be against this. But let me explain why. What does Pepsi do better than Coke? Well, it gives you... Fuck. It gives you a pep in your step. Huh? That's what it does. It gives you that pep in the step. And who would want more coke in their step? That's what you really have to ask yourself. No one. No one. They want more pep. And they make it so obvious that you can do it because you can see it. So it's pep. See, you can see the pep in your step, ladies and gentlemen. Not only that, it comes in a bright blue can. Who doesn't like blue? And if you don't like blue, there's a bit of red in there for you as well. Like, you can't go wrong, right? They have taken the simple tin can. Is it made of tin? Yeah. And some kind of alloy. Anyway, they've taken the simple tin can and they have spruced it up like no other. They will never find another canned drink that looks anything like this on the market. Okay? Not only that, but this is the tattoo of CM Punk, one of the best wrestlers in the world. Alright? He didn't even do it getting sponsored, you know? Remember that Pepsi dude from the 90s? He had even had his own video game. He was like silver and went around like not being Silver Surfer due to copyright. That was amazing, right? That's what he did. He was phenomenal, right? What? And Coke didn't ever have a supposed to what? Santa Claus? Where'd they get that crap from? Come on, it's not Christmas all year round, but Pepsi dude is. Okay? Not only that, it might look like Coke, right? It don't taste like Coke though, although it might be shit when it's warm. But when it's cold, it is fantastic. And not only that, you ever had Coke without sugar? Yeah, it makes your stomach all empty, makes you feel awful. Well, this don't, because it's maximum taste, maximum pleasure, right? Okay? That's what this is. That's what Pepsi is all about. Not only that, but they do variations of Pepsi much better and experimental than Coke as well. And people don't confuse Pepsi with a drug. Thank you very much.
The highly articulate outburst.
Yeah. So there's my debate as to why Pepsi is better than Coke. Your rebuttals, please. Come at me, bros.
I don't have to say anything. Look, his rebuttal is just his very actions as we speak.
He genuinely had sipped the Coke before we started. I went, you kidding me? You didn't even know what I was going to say. I was like, what is that? Coke. I was like, oh, brilliant. Oh, dear. So, yes, Meatloaf, Eddie, why am I wrong?
Tough one, because my gut says you're not, but for the purpose of the show, I'll try to think of something actually. Just give me a minute. Meatloaf, you go first.
So my one argument though is, for one, Pepsi has more citric acid in it than Coke. Breaking down the
Strong argument right there. That is.
Anything else?
I'm trying to remember everything about Coke and Pepsi. Also, to me, Pepsi tastes like dirty mop water.
What?
After an hour of it being open.
Oh, okay. So once it's got warm. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you know what dirty mop water tastes like? What have you been doing? Oh, you've been drinking Coke. Whey!
No.
Oh, no, fuck yeah. Well, I mean, you don't confuse, like, Coca-Cola used to have cocaine in it. That isn't good, don't do drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, why don't they ever take that out?
Well,
That's the problem.
Sugar kind of is a drug, isn't it? Think that.
So,
Quite similar in appearance as well.
Fuck.
well, the original idea behind the whole cocaine thing in Coke was because the inventor of Coke was trying to get off of morphine or heroin. So he decided to use soda water mixed with a bunch of different herbs and flavors, I guess, to make something that he could drink Coke down with.
Is that true? Are you using the internet against me here?
No, that's
Okay.
in fact knowledge.
Well.
That's such a specific fact to know as well.
I'm almost a walking encyclopedia about certain things.
And yours is cocaine. Coke. Coca-Cola. That's it.
Well, I don't know. I could show you outside and show you that Pablo Escobar's plane has been over recently. It's coated white out there.
Right, okay. Fuck. So your debate is I take drugs. Is that what, is that what you're saying? That what you're arguing?
Those are allegations that came out against the opposition. Wait, this isn't the president.
No. All right. Eddie,
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I think I'm trying to think because I absolutely love Pepsi and everything you talked about. I do 100% agree with, but you know, I was trying to think. It is a superior product. The only thing I can think of is when you go out for a restaurant and you always ask for a Coke, no matter where you go, they always say, "Is Pepsi okay?" And I think that must be quite annoying to people who are sort of Coke aficionados because I think, well, no, you know, if you're going for Coke, you want something different, and that's the only thing I can think of.
I love that.
This is awful.
It's so true. Will Pepsi do? That's.
It's like it is superior, but it's it's talked about as well as not. It's like second rate, and then all of a sudden maybe you think, oh, maybe I don't want it. Maybe if they're sort of trying to peddle this on me instead.
I love the idea that all these they never learn, so they always get an equal amount in
I'll be
Coke.
right there.
All right, they always go, no. They always get an equal amount of Coke and Pepsi. And then they always end up with more Pepsi than Coke, but they never learn their lesson.
Okay, I would like to bring in another void point into this argument.
Okay.
That proves there's one superior drink over Coke and Pepsi.
Oh my God, he's bringing in more. Right.
Okay. Oh yeah. Fair.
See,
Dr. Pepper.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Mr. Doctor. I've never liked the taste. My brother used to love it, but I could never chug it down. I don't know why. What does Dr. Pepper? What would you describe the taste of Dr. Pepper?
It tastes like purple. It tastes like purple.
Tastes
Right,
like
I've had this opinion for the whole of my life since I was a child. Dr. Pepper tastes like the colour purple, and most people in here will agree. I'm sure they'll think, you know what?
Westy,
it does. There you go. Watch the chat blow up with people saying, you know what? That's profound. This is exactly what it tastes like.
Well, I can actually somewhat answer that question for you, Eddie, of what it actually tastes like. So I can see where you get the purple from. So the inventor of Dr. Pepper, this is kind of weird, another one of my random facts that I know of, wanted to capture the taste of the way a soda room smelled. Like a soda bar, back in the early days when they used to actually use seltzer water and cola bits.
Interesting.
Straight from a soda bar. Yeah. So he wanted to capture the way it smelled in a drink form. That's why there's 23 flavors and other things.
Oh.
Is the colour purple listed on the list of ingredients? I've not looked any time recently, but I imagine it's up there with Aqua and all the other E numbers and stuff. There you go. Harley knows. Thank you. A person of culture.
It tastes like purple. Well, maybe they just had bad circulation problems when they were making the drink. What's he up to now?
He's looking at the back of the Dr. Pepper can. Is pepper listed on the ingredients? Because otherwise that's just false advertising.
Is there pepper in Pepsi? No. Well,
And
bit mislabeling there.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Maybe Coke is the better drink then,
Oh yeah.
No, no. What it says on the tin.
But look,
But
but don't forget it during my debate, during my argument, I said, don't you see the Pepsi? That was a good one, wasn't it? You remember?
It was.
It was a good one. Yeah.
It was really good.
Don't forget that bit. Don't forget that bit. Don't get like swayed by like facts and figures over here. All right. It's like Pepsi, right? Pun.
If you turn the can upside down, it kind of says "is dead."
Fuck me. It says, it's reflect. I think it's dead. If you put your eyes on upside down at home,
yeah. Just turn your monitors round, just adjust for each other.
But now I will argue one thing though for Pepsi. It is good for indigestion.
is it really?
From personal experience.
Pepsi, yes.
But also, so fun fact, also the word Pepsi comes from the root word of dissipate, or something. I forget how to actually pronounce it. But the term means indigestion.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I could see that. You're like more than pep in your step after that, then. Especially if you follow through after drinking it.
It's the nicest drink though. If you go to the fridge and get an ice cold can of Pepsi out of the fridge, it's the nicest drink in the world.
I genuinely think that a cold Pepsi is the best drink. A warm Pepsi might be actually one of the worst. It's very odd. It's so black and white with that issue.
Well, it was red and blue.
Hey, that's the best argument you've made on that one.
That's the best I'm going to do all night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the warm up there. All right, now we get on to the actual rounds, and in this, Eddie will be competing against Meatloaf in our first round head to head. It's just a simple for and against. In this, Eddie will be given a argument for a subject, and Meatloaf will be going against it. They will each take it in turns, not knowing what it is until I say it, to give their best reasoning for up to, I'd say 5 minutes. You have to fill the time, but as long as you can, get as much points in, as to why your argument is sound. So, Eddie, in this case, you are arguing for why the banana is the best fruit. And Meatloaf, once he's done, I will cue you, and you will have a certain amount of time to say why it is not the best fruit. And then we will have a little bit of a rebuttal discussion. So, Eddie, take it away.
Right. Okay. So I'm sure you're all familiar with what banana is. It's quite synonymous. If you think of fruit, you generally go for banana. That's pretty much the epitome of a fruit, even if it's not technically a fruit. But you know, first things first, it's yellow. It's bright yellow. You go into the shop, you can't miss this thing. It sort of floats about. If you look around, it's all over the place. You know, if you go to where they grow naturally, it comes in on a bush. They're bright yellow and curved. They always catch the eye. You know, you go into the produce section of Tesco, instantly you see where they are. You know, they're a staple of every basket. Second thing, they are super cheap. You can get a banana for like 8p, which is pretty phenomenal in today's current climate. And they're just so good with so many things. If you want a snack, you know, you grab a banana, or if you want to fancy something a bit sweet, you can make it into a milkshake. You can bake with it. You can make cookies, and you can put it in absolutely everything. It is a staple of desserts and snacks worldwide. Usain Bolt, I think, you know, the famous runner, pretty fast guy. You know, he ate, I think, 10 a day. You know, he's obviously not really wrong. He's got a load of medals, so you know that's one thing. It's all facts and it's all on the internet. It's definitely true. I saw it on Facebook.
Potassium poisoning.
There you go. You can never have too much potassium. The Facebook group I'm in told me, so it's okay. Another thing I think is I used to work on the produce department in Tesco, and it's the most dangerous fruit on the market. And the reason being, they'd always be shipped in from South America or sort of hotter parts of the world. And what do these places have in common? They've all got massive bloody spiders there, you know. So the amount of times we'd be taking these bananas out of these big boxes by hand, only to find some absolute unit of an 8-legged creature defending its territory. Is it going to bite me? I don't really want to find out, to be honest. It's quite scary. But I like that. If you're you danger junkies out there, you know, you're not going to get that with an apple, are you? You're going to go to get an apple off the tree. You're going to get an earwig or like a slug at the very most. Unless you eat them, they're not going to hurt you. You like to sort of, it's a bit of excitement when you go and get your fruit, to be honest. I mean, to be honest, I've pretty much exhausted every possible thing I could think of.
You forgot the giant inflatable one.
There's also, the bananas were first popularised in this country by a documentary called Bananas in Pyjamas, and essentially it's about some sentient fruit. I think they're twins, and they just sort of terrorise children on a daily basis. And then once people sort of knew what they were, they thought, you know what, let's see what these things are about. And then all of a sudden, Tesco and all these other supermarkets started doing them. And I mean, the world has been a better place. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, when they got caught out chasing after the humans, they then focused on the teddy bears, right?
There you go. Yeah. I mean, you have to. You can't stay on TV trying to terrorise kids. I guess you have to improvise it eventually. I'm trying to think as well. Also, anyone who's seen Supermarket Sweep, which is an absolute staple of British TV, epitome of game shows. Dale Winton, wonderful human being, all this cool stuff. Yeah, he was a wonderful human being. In the sweet round, you get people running around the supermarket picking up all these inflatables, and when you think of Supermarket Sweep, what do you instantly think of? The massive inflatable banana. I think we can all agree my logic is sound, really. I think that's it. That's a really strong argument to close on. So thank you all for listening.
Yes, Eddie there with why bananas are the best fruit, although I think he may have given some arguments away there yes, to be fair. But a good case all round. I think you covered most things. Of course, you forgot Shani Banana, who's gone to work.
Well, I was gonna talk about that, but she's gone to work.
That's true. Yeah, Buckaroo. Yeah,
disappointed really. Yeah.
So, well, congratulations, Eddie. We will be probing you deeply, but we'll do that after stream. Right now, though, Meatloaf, you have a select amount of time to argue against why banana is the best fruit.
Okay, my opening argument will be this. Due to the fact of you did not classify what type of banana that we're talking about. Because there's many different varieties of bananas, such as the one that I'm assuming you're talking about, which is the Cavendish banana. And also, this is a fun little fact, the banana-flavored candy, doesn't taste like banana. That's because it's the gross Michael banana, which is somewhat extinct, but not fully extinct. But, so my other argument, though, is why bananas are not that great of a fruit is because of the high potassium in it. Because if you eat over 600 bananas, you'll die of radiation poisoning from the potassium. And it's also the equivalent of one chest X-ray.
Yeah.
Also, they're not really a fruit. So you can't really say that they're not the best fruit. Because they're technically not a fruit. They're actually more of a herb berry. Because what classifies a fruit?
Hello, good evening, Hero. Welcome in. How you doing? Okay, we're just arguing whether bananas are the best fruit.
And I'm saying they're not because they're technically not a fruit. But they're closer to berries and herbs, is my main argument.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to hit your tent there, or...?
No. I'm trying to... Mind is slow, working
That's
fast.
alright. I'm just... I don't know. You make some great arguments, Eddie. He's already sweating.
It's just the power of I'm arguing about something I believe in. It's an honorary fruit, the king of all.
He had 599 bananas before the stream, so he's feeling the radiation right now.
No, God. So my whole argument is because it's a berry herb, not a fruit.
Okay.
So it cannot be the best fruit.
Okay. Right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the opening arguments here from Eddie as to why the bananas are the best fruit, and Meatloaf, why not? If you have any questions, please throw them into the chat, and we'll probe them and see if we can extrapolate more information from them. One thing I have to pose to Eddie is, yes, this potassium thing. If you have too much of it, you will die. Is this the case of all fruits, or is this exclusive to the banana?
It's exclusive to fruits with potassium in. I don't think many fruits have potassium in. I don't know that fully because I'm not a scientist. I'm not a science man. I'm just a simple fruit man. But again, that ties in with my thing about the spiders. You want a bit of danger, a bit of excitement, and you go for an orange. Yeah, orange. You get a bit of vitamin C, a bit of a boost. Great, that's really cool. Orange is a great fruit as well. We're not saying it's not, but you want a bit of excitement. Did I accidentally have 599 bananas today? Is this the 600th one? I don't know. It's been a busy day, so we'll just, you just have to see, really.
So, okay. Now, what is this I hear that a banana isn't actually a fruit?
Well, it's an honorary fruit. It shares a lot of the principles of a fruit. It's good for you. It's sweet. It's got a lot of sugar in. It looks like a fruit. It's brightly coloured. A lot of birds and other sort of non-human animal sources do eat them. So it's sort of it's one of those that we give it the term fruit because it's kind of like the same thing, but it's splitting hairs really. It's like the saying, every thumb is a finger, but not every finger is a thumb. It's pretty much a fruit, but it's not technically. So we sort of let it off. It's a topic that was much debated in government quite a while ago. I don't know the source of that, but it's like Pluto. Is Pluto a planet? Yes. It's a part of the solar system. Sometimes we'll allow it. It's just one of those things.
I suppose the argument of whether a banana is a fruit is not the argument on discussion here today. It is whether it is the best fruit. Unfortunately, it would negate both arguments, which means neither of you win. So we have to discount that. Because obviously Meatloaf is arguing that it is not the best fruit, but he can't do that if it isn't a fruit. So therefore that argument is ruled out, I think, in this debate. The potassium thing is tricky. Meatloaf, I have to ask, there is a famous video of a creationist peeling back the banana, explaining why it was made perfectly in God's image and that it points towards the mouth for him to eat. And that iconic moment of stupidity would not have existed without the wonderful banana. Do you not think that's a good case as to why it might be the best fruit?
No, because there are other... Because for one, you could have a plantain do the same thing, which is technically a more savory banana, but
it's still a banana.
Well, not really. It's in the banana family.
There's so many things that are not what they are. It's so confusing.
Exactly.
I would like to add to my arguments, if I can, at some point. I would like to just explain that plantain is a banging type of banana. It is so savoury. It's a wonderful accompaniment. You can cook it. It's exciting. Can you eat it when it's raw? Probably
potato.
Not. There you go. It's the potato of the banana world. What's not to like?
Meatloaf, can you think of another candidate that is better than the banana? Any other fruit, mate?
Well, any other fruit. The only other thing I can think of is another type of banana. But the thing is, though, you have to classify.
You can think of as another type of banana.
Yes, because you have to classify on what type of banana we're talking about, such as the Cavendish, which is the most popular.
We got blueberries in chat there.
Orange.
He's got a fucking orange there. Oh god. I always found that the banana, when it's like in a flavour, tastes like bubblegum to me. It's weird. I don't know why, but I've always associated. Like if I get a banana milkshake, I haven't had one for a long time, but if I get one, it always tastes like I'm tasting like bubblegum drink.
It does. You should try actually fresh banana milkshakes. They're so nice as well. If they taste like the actual banana itself, they are wonderfully refreshing.
Again, I would like to point out I have explained that on why it tastes like bubblegum to you, Soul.
Yeah,
because
you have,
it's not the Cavendish.
Exactly,
the
yeah.
Gross Michael.
I found that very interesting. So your main argument, Meatloaf, is the fact that it's not a fruit, but nothing is better than other things that are not bananas.
Well, no, that's not true. I just don't enjoy other fruit. Well, no, that's not true. A lime.
It's a lie. You're saying the whole thing is a lie.
No, lime.
Oh, lime! Lime!
You heard it here first, alright? I'm glad we've got to this.
Well, okay. Well, I think we've heard enough back and forth. What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think that Eddie's case for why the banana is the best fruit is the winner here? Or do you think Meatloaf and his argument as to why it isn't is the best option and the best argument? That'd be down to you. We'll just take a quick... Harley, if you want to vote. Is that you?
Whichever you go for, I just hope you found the content appealing.
Yes. Wait! You can throw a pun in there. Oh, he's going to have one now.
I think I made a mistake. I think I got to go split.
Oi! Sit down. Alright.
There's going to be a bunch of these tonight.
Oh god, my headset! I can't stand up and get caught on my armchair.
I think I'm going to side with Eddie, and I don't even like bananas, says Harley. Okay, anyone else?
Person of culture. Yes.
Anyone else want to get their opinion in? Feel free. Otherwise, I will close this case. What? I need a hammer.
I do need a
gavel.
I do need one.
Gavel. I will close this case, and I shall say that it has been confirmed that bananas are the best fruit, and Eddie wins the argument with such a plethora of arguments there. Meatloaf, I think, got bogged down in the facts too much, and his main argument, it wasn't a fruit, negated even his own argument. So it's one of those pits you fall into. All right, we're gonna switch it round now, as Meatloaf will be debating for our next topic, and Eddie will be going up against. So Harley, Harley, your message popped up there, so I went Harley. No, Meatloaf, you will be going first, and you will be arguing for toilet paper to be over. And Eddie, you will be arguing against it being over, as opposed to opposite would be under. This is a classic debate that we're all familiar with. So Meatloaf, I've got little time to prepare, arguing why the toilet paper should be over. Go ahead.
Oh god. This is gonna be hard because I really don't care. See, the thing is though, we don't have a toilet paper roll.
Oh, you just kind of have it.
Yeah, so glad you're adding to that as well.
So I'm sorry, but to me the thing doesn't matter to me. But the thing is though, I do think it's more aesthetically pleasing when it's over, because one, you can just keep rolling and folding as you roll around your hand, and then rip it easier than being under and maybe plausibly getting shit stained on more toilet paper if you missed white and went through the mud river.
Oh, they had to go there. Okay. Anything else, Meatloaf?
At most places, hotels, restaurants, wherever you go, the toilet paper is behind that case, but it's still over inside the case.
Okay.
So everyone else does it over, so therefore it must be the right way.
Okay. So an elite, populist opinion there. Okay. Anything else, Meatloaf? I think you got the easy
I don't
end.
think so.
I think you got the easy end of the stick here. I think it's much easier to argue it over than it is under.
Yeah, you're gonna love Ma.
But it's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, I think that's good for me.
Okay. All right. Not a long argument on this part, but nevertheless, Eddie, you'll be arguing against it being over on the roll.
My part to shine. Right, so I think we'll all agree, it is a big debate. Everyone's had this discussion before. And I think the most important reason as to why under is better is because it's generally a bit further away from the toilet and a bit further away from the sink. So when you're washing your hands or when you're having a wee, you're a bit drunk, the aim isn't always great. You don't want any splashback, really. And, if you're the further away you are from the source of the water, the less likely you are to get splashback and just really ruin a few pieces of tissue, which can be quite difficult. Another one, which is a very important argument as well, it's a bit further away again, so it's a bit more of a workout to get it. It's not quite as easy. You can't just reach there and say, here it is, right, I can just get it without... It's quick. It's really, really easy to sort of reach from where I am. You have to extend a bit more, which is good, really good sort of workout for the arms. You know, you do it a few times. It's like going to the gym. It's a good sort of replacement for going out and socialising, really. And I think the most important argument I could think of, which wasn't very easy, is that generally over is the sort of more conforming way. And I think having it under, you know, if you never hear anyone else get really angry or argue that under is better, it's always over. No one else goes for under at all. And I think, you know, why is that? Why are we so why do we conform so much to just accepting over is better? I think, are we just listening to the people on Facebook telling us that this is better and therefore we have to go with it? I don't know. I'm trying to be a free thinker, you know. I'm not on Facebook or anything now, so I sort of like to look around and get more informed opinions. And I think I've started doing under, and it's changed my life that little bit. And I think I'm onto something. And I'm using this as a platform actually to preach to the masses. Stop conforming, you know, have your own thoughts, be your own person, try it, see what it's like, you might enjoy it. That's the best I could do.
Okay, so any questions, Harley? Learn to aim your willy. I've never heard the issue of splashback on the toilet roll. A fair point. So yeah, I grew up with it being under. I have no idea why. I never questioned it. But when I then started changing the toilet roll myself, I would always put it over because for me it made more logical sense. It's closer to me. I could see how much I'm taking easier. But when it's under, I end up taking less and wasting less of it. But Eddie, what do you think about this argument that when it's under, you might stain the roll easier when pulling it from underneath with your hand? Because if you do that, the roll's there, it might touch your thumb, and you might have your thumb up your arse, you know.
I would like to preface this. I've never accidentally violated myself when I've been trying to get toilet roll, so I can't really comment on this firsthand.
Just me then.
Pun intended, but but I don't think that's too much of an issue. I think as long as you're careful, you know, that shouldn't be a problem. And I think if you are regularly staying in the toilet roll, I think where it's under or over is the last of your concerns, really. I think there's other things that need to be addressed first, like aim, and sort of motor skills, but I don't think it's too much of an issue. And even so, if you do stay in a accident, chances are it's only, you know, it's like two sheets away. You're going to use it anyway, so it's fine, I would imagine.
Okay, interesting. Now, Meatloaf, what about this waste issue? Do you end up wasting more when it's over?
No, I typically don't waste more when it's over, because I can also see how much toilet paper I'm grabbing when it's over and when it's under.
Which would be a better argument if your toilet paper was actually on a roll, so I think you're lying there.
Yeah.
Fair enough, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, but, okay. What I'm saying is that if you... I kind of see where it's coming from with that argument. I get it. Interesting. Any other pictures as to what's this? If I use the bathroom, I'll fix your toilet paper. We're talking to me, not me or anyone. Well, that's not. Which you're going to their room, it's like, oh, nice special. Oh, the toilet paper. I'll just change that over for them. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Eddie, what about the argument that when it is over, if it has a pattern on it, you can see the pattern more clearly?
That is true, but I think for practicality, I think the issue you've got is a lot of people spend far too much time in the bathroom as it is. With the advent of smartphones and things, people just want a bit of a break. You know, you don't need any more opportunities, any more reasons to spend a lot more time in the bathroom. And I think if you're getting distracted by the toilet roll, you know, you got to do other stuff. You're distracting yourself from life. You know, there's something that's going on that you're not doing, and you're just trying to look for a reason to not do it. And I think if you put the tutorial there and you can see it over and you can see more of it, you're more likely to get engrossed in it, and then you can just lose track of time.
Okay, well, I think we're getting close to the end of this argument. And Meatloaf, you got anything else to say here?
Yes, I would. And I'm sending you something on Discord from my files, Sol.
Oh my word! Okay, go ahead.
Because in high school I had to do a research paper on the history of toilet paper.
Holy shit!
So,
What?
this is the recorded patent for toilet paper,
Okay.
which clearly shows that toilet paper is supposed to go over.
Can you post that in Dirty Pics in the Discord?
Yes, I
Hopefully it's not a dirty pic if it's a bit of toilet.
Brilliant. Anyone wants to have a look at this image? Feel free to go into the Dirty Pics and post it there.
Open, no. And no, come on, copy. There we go.
There it is, it's in Dirty Pics there. Interesting, so there's been a thesis written about this.
Yes, but I don't have access to it because that thesis was on. I never transported it back to my computer.
Well, I think, Eddie, it might be a mute point here as we ask Carly and Shani, although I don't know if she heard the arguments, but who argued it best? Was it Meatloaf's rather simplistic argument of the over, but with very strong points, and a little image there to back
And
it up?
evidence.
And evidence, yes. Or is it the under? He pleaded hard for trying to find the best case possible, but who did it better? Up to you. Who do you think, everyone? Was it Meatloaf or was it Eddie? I'm so biased. Who argued it better? I know you didn't. Okay, Eddie argued better. Okay, all right. Was sight with better beard. Damn it, Meatloaf! Oh, she's saying your argument let you down. What?
Danny, you're an awesome person.
So the person that goes into people's homes to change the toilet paper in over is saying that the argument that it should be done under is the better argument.
I must be really good at this.
You must be,
because
'cause
I'll let
the
you know a
logic-
little secret.
the logic
I've got
is
no idea what's going on. I could barely
dumbfounded.
even log in today.
This is true. I've done a wire on that. You can be whatever you want to be, Arlie, but there you go. Alright. Because we're not going for a poll, we're which dish points out like twatch, really. Okay. Right, so well done, guys. You debated nicely, and I can say after the first initial rounds that Eddie is leading 2-1 so far in points. So congratulations, Eddie, but can you keep it? Now we come to the round that I've been waiting for. This is my favourite. This is the visual aid round. With this round, for 5 images have been provided to me by each of our contestants. They will be debating a subject, and 5 images will appear on the screen during their argument. Oh, I've just disappeared. Hold on. There we go. Yes, 5 arguments will appear on the screen during this argument, and it is up to them to not only continue to argue, but to incorporate the picture that they are seeing, which they've never seen before, into the argument that they don't know what they're arguing. So, for example, we're going to start with Meatloaf, who is going to be arguing for why McDonald's is the best fast food brand. Okay, now he must continue to argue while images pop up on screen, which if you're watching in the Discord, guys, you can watch the start stream and you can see the black rectangle that should be up on screen at the moment. And you must incorporate what you're seeing into your argument as you go on. After all 5 images have been seen and incorporated, you can wrap up your arguments. You've got to keep the argument going, and it's up to you guys to decide who did it best. Okay, so Meatloaf, you are arguing why McDonald's is the best fast food brand. I have to make sure I'm on the right one. Yes, this is Eddie's pictures to Meatloaf. Okay. Right. So take it away, Meatloaf.
Okay, McDonald's is so good because their fast food chain uses 100% beef for their hamburgers, including the iconic Big Mac and Quarter Pounder. And furthermore, McDonald's hamburgers also contain, as from my knowledge, even though actually no way they do contain some things, but for the most part they have the less additives, filers, and preservatives. Okay, Texas. Texas and McDonald's go hand in hand because the state is big on hamburgers, barbecues outdoors, and McDonald's also has hamburgers, and every now and again has a barbecue sandwich. So that's the correlation between Texas and McDonald's. Second reason is because the way McDonald's actually freezes their meat, they don't put it just in a cold storage locker, they flash freeze their food. Okay, more appropriate. So, speaking of flash freezing, we have Santa, who loves to flash people and freeze them to death in the winter. But moreover, the flash freezing process, where the food is quickly frozen, using circulating cold air to freeze the food at extreme low temperature. Also, McDonald's also doesn't use the same bun for all their sandwiches and hamburgers. And their hamburgers, believe it or not, are made from the fur of the giraffe. I just said that.
Yeah, and this is an argument why it's the best restaurant, I should add.
Yes. I mean, if you've already eaten McDonald's, you've already eaten a giraffe. That's my one argument.
What was it about buns,
So,
Meatloaf?
there's no complaining about wanting to eat a giraffe. But also, I love on how they have more limited items every year that they release somewhat frequently, going back. Not to mention, they had a huge thing with Rick and Morty over the Szechuan sauce from the premiere of Mulan back in the 90s. And they brought the Szechuan sauce. And you see, this guy is unhappy because he didn't have Szechuan sauce for his hot dog. For his corn dog. That's why he's so upset. But just imagine though, they brought the Szechuan sauce back for the Rick and Morty show. Just for in limited locations. This guy, hopefully he got him some on his corn dog and he gobbled it up like a hooker on a Friday night. Also, some theaters allow you to bring in McDonald's. What am I kidding? That's not true. God, fuck. Those like movie theaters, they buy soda from soda companies. They come in and fill their soda machines. McDonald's, however, has a different type of soda, such as with Coke. Their recipe for Coke is way different than movie theaters. Actually, I was actually a master debater at high school. So, yeah, but anyway, like I was saying, their Coke recipe for McDonald's is actually sweeter than normal Coke. And that's, I guess, my ending argument.
Well, congratulations, Meatloaf, on getting through that. That was something else.
I can't wait to see what Eddie does.
I know.
The guy with the corn dog is literally my favourite image on the internet, I think. And there was a Facebook group years ago, just the same picture of the man a bit angry at a corn dog every day, and it was just golden. So I thought I have to bring that in now.
Oh, wait till you see some of the glorious photos I found.
He did his very best to debate whether McDonald's was the best fast food restaurant. What did you think? He was given some tough prompts there. Eddie, are you watching the screen? I'll have you know now that Eddie is now going to be arguing why dogs are better than cats. That's his argument, that he will be arguing now that dogs are better than cats. He will be giving visual prompts. Are you watching the screen, Eddie, so you can see them?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
It's in the black rectangle.
Yes, black rectangle.
So I'm ready.
That's right. Yes. Okay.
Can I just say one comment to Harley?
Yes, for certainly.
About me being too honest for politics. There was someone who was elected president of the United States for being too honest for politics. That was the peanut farmer himself, Jimmy Carter.
Well, there you go. And you can trust him because he's honest. Okay. So, Eddie, it is time. Dogs are better than cats. So says Eddie. Start your debate now.
Fantastic. So I think you'll all know, really, this is quite an easy one because dogs are the superior pet to cats. Generally speaking, you think of, they're called the man's best friend for a reason. We have a symbiotic relationship crafted over thousands upon thousands of years of close proximity. We look after them. Back in the day, we looked after them, gave them some scraps of food. They protected us in turn, and we just became the best of pals, really. You see people walking their dogs all the time, how happy they are. The dogs are having the best time ever. The humans are having a great time. You never see anyone walking any cats. That's just goes without saying, really. If you talk to people about their dogs, if you ask them questions about their dogs, they are nothing but smiles. Everything about their dog is great. There's not a single bad thing that they can think about. What the heck is that? See, that looks like to me like a guardian. It's sort of like the relationship between dogs and humans back in the day. So we sort of guarded. They sort of guarded us from the predators of the outside world. Yeah, that's totally what that is. And it's just a relationship that's growing over time. That's quite terrifying.
I'd like to add one thing so Eddie knows what it is. So
Please.
that's fine. That is a West Virginia folk legend, the Flatwoods Monster, which is supposedly an alien.
There you go, and it goes without saying. What you look out your window at night and you see that in the garden? Who's going to protect you? Is it going to be a cat or your dog? One of them, Great Dane, is going to go after that alien, send it back to Mars. A cat is just going to look at it and just chill. Bob Ross, as we all know, is a big fan of dogs. He had a happy personality. He drew a lot of dogs. He made his own brand of toaster. And I think the toast, as we know, is a snack that is friendly for dogs. It's got no chocolate in it. It can be quite healthy as part of a balanced diet. It's good breakfast cereal for a good breakfast food for dogs in general. And it's an easy thing to digest. And you can have that before you go for a walk in the morning with your dogs. You can share that with them. It's not an issue at all. They're pretty chill with that. Look at that. Look. Can we just have a look at the image on screen? What is riding that unicorn? Is it a cat?
Yeah.
There you go. I think that's the argument in itself. Look at the sheer absolute destruction and chaos that cat is causing on the world. Would a dog do that? I don't think so. You look online, I don't think you find any paintings depicting dogs in that fashion. This is what cats dream out about in any of the 20 hours a day they're sleeping. They're continuously plotting world domination. They're just doing it. We all know this. It's just a fact that we should try to ignore because it's hard to get on with life. But I think we can all agree this is the future cats one, and this is the future dogs are protecting us from. Yep. See, look at that. Not only is that absolutely terrifying, but it looks more like a cat than a dog. I think we can agree. I can't really think of anything else to sort of go with that. But yeah, I don't know where that is, and I don't want to visit that place.
Any other argument why dogs are better than cats?
I can't think of anything on that image of.
I had to sit through thousands of photos of toilets to find that image.
Okay.
Oh man. Well, and that is, I think that's a mummy. I think that is a mummy, and cats were a big part of sort of Egyptian culture where mummies are quite prevalent. And look what happened to them. You don't see any sort of mummies from around. Ancient Egyptians have just gone. You know, there's Egyptians now, not the same. All that's gone, and cats were all around there. Cats were worshipped as a higher being, and look what's happened to their sort of civilization as a whole. The world moved on. Dogs became superior, and that's really all there is to say.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there we are. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the arguments. You've seen the images. My word, you did not disappoint. Who do you believe did it better? Shani, Harley, do you believe Eddie with his dogs are better than cats because reasons?
Reasons.
Yeah.
It's just reasons. It's just science. All right. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
Was it Meatloaf's? McDonald's is the best restaurant, fast food chain. With his arguments that Santa, what was it? Freezing people to death. Was it? What was it? And it's fascist people.
While they freeze.
Yeah, and it's made of giraffe meat. So
No giraffe fur.
Oh, giraffe fur was it? Oh, I apologise. Who do you think gave the best argument there? Shani says Eddie. What are we going for here?
Also, I would like to point out, Eddie, that last photo was of a original jack-o'-lantern, which was made of turnips.
Didn't even have a comment to that. It looked like a mummy.
Oh, God. I didn't know what you were going to do with his images, Eddie, mate. I really didn't.
I like to think I did my best.
I think you did. I mean, because you had some very basic.
You did better than me.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm gonna have to go, Eddie. Okay, Eddie's just point on that one. Chaos Theory, the reasons theory for the week. What? Okay. Well, there we go. The end of the visual round. I can say that Eddie is now leading 3-2. Still, so well done, guys. Both points on both sides on that one. All right, we come to our next round, which is Objection. In this round, I will be arguing
Objection.
Shut up. I'll be arguing why winter is better than summer. Now, Meatloaf and Eddie are able to come in twice during the argument with the word objection. In which case, we will go to them and they will tell us why.
Objection.
Shut up. They will tell us why.
It's two. He's already used this.
That's
two.
true. That's true.
Everyone
Yeah.
in chat, you need to know this, all right?
We will then go to them. They will express their objection, and you will have to remember the two objections made by our contestants. And whoever had the better objections will take home the points as voted by you. Here we go. I'm going to start my voting. So are you aware of what you're doing? You can come in at any point with an objection to my argument. You can only do it twice during my argument. Okay? Yes. All right. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
I won't be able to object
Why?
because I support it already.
Fair enough. But that means you
Winter is better.
But Ed, it's not about what the argument. It's about your objections. You've got to find the arguments to get the points. So here we go. Right. So, all right. So 3, 2, 1, and winter is better than summer because when it's winter, first argument, you can just wrap up warm. Right. Just get warm. Easier than if you're in the summer to get cool. Can't peel your skin off, can ya? No.
Objection.
Eddie?
Have you heard or experienced the British summertime?
Sadly, yes. That is actually a good argument already. Do you want me to carry on? Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So yes, I not only that, but I am born in the winter, right? So birthday, you got Christmas, all the kids love it. You go have fun. It's a magical time of year. Yeah. When it's the summer, you can't look up at the sun and like you can bathe in it, right? You can bathe in the summer, but then you get burned. But you go out in the cold when it's like winter and it's snow, you can make angels. Yeah. If anything, in the summer, you're more likely to end up as tanned as the devil's hide. So, you know, like, what's side you on, the good or evil, right? So obviously winter is the good one, right?
Objection.
Oh, yes?
Here in the South, we make mud angels during the summer to cool off from the heat.
Okay. That's meant to be a merit, is it? I just realised Harley's actually her birthday's near mine. Oh, that went off. Okay, we've all gone a bit weird there. Let me.
No, I'm to say.
There we go. No, because Harley's birthday's near mine, but actually, because she's in Australia, she's in the summer when I'm in my winter. So, isn't that weird? Anyway, the astrological signs for the winter months are the best looking signs. Right? Okay. Just right. Also, you were born in fall. You know, when I asked you. So that's in between both. That's not included. Not only that, right? But I'll say it's a magical time of year, right? We bring the outside in. We bring the outside. We bring trees in, don't we? Right, and save them from the winter. Right, we protect the environment, the planet more. Right, because we want to keep things frozen. Right. Also in the winter, it keeps all your PCs cool for most of it, right? So they can operate at a much better rate. You know, they won't overheat as much. So you have to worry about that.
Objection.
Yes, Eddie.
I don't own a PC.
Any device won't overheat as much because everything will be cool.
This doesn't affect me, so I have to vote against it. That's. I'm glad I've used my objection in this fashion. It's also, totally worth it.
All right, in the winter, if you sit down for a hot meal or a nice cup of coffee or tea, it always feels much better than when you have it in the summer, right? Because you can get the actual effect of that warmth in your cockles. Yes, I said cock. Right. So. If there isn't any more objections, I will say this. You can make snowmen. Oh, go
on. My objection is during the winter, because I've had to experience this one, when the power is out and we had a fireplace and we ran out of firewood, we had to burn books to keep warm. So winter causes book burning.
Right. Because book burning, more stupid people. Right. Because that's what it does. Right, okay. All right. Well, there you go. We've heard the objections. So, Shani, Harley, who do you think had the better objections during my argument? Was it Meatloaf?
Oh no. Can I have a third objection? Say stop being mean to Shani.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I can't be having this,
yeah.
Alright.
No, you can't be having that objection either, so there we go.
I tried,
so,
sorry.
Would it be Meatloaf with his mud angels? Or was it Eddie with his British summertime? Which actually I think really just plays into me, if anything. Meatloaf even might be an Eddie there. Who are we going for? Harley, Charlie? Put us out of our misery. Who had the better objections? Okay.
Email man. Yep, that's my nickname. How did you know?
So after that round, I can say that Eddie is now leading 5-2. Oh dear. Well, it's all to play for now, because it's time for our passion plea. And it's the big one. Yes, Mika?
Can I say that no matter what, I'm going to lose this round?
Oh?
You haven't heard my passion play. I don't.
Eddie, trust me, you haven't heard mine.
Okay, regardless, here we go. Passion play. In this round, you guys have selected your own arguments to voice here tonight, and it will come down to who argued it best, who had the most passion in their arguments and in their voice. So for this one, Eddie will be going first with their passion plea. So in your own time, Eddie, take it away.
Right. My passion plea is something really close to my heart and the hearts of many people around the world. I should be able to get drunk with my dog. And to be honest, this goes in with what I was talking about earlier on. Dogs are a man's best friend. They always have been. Who do you want to share a drink with? Your best friends, really. You want to go and have a good time with them. You want to have a few shots, just if you're going to go partying, or maybe have a nice relaxing beer after work or something. The issue with human friends is they've got their own stuff going on. They can be late, they might be tired after work. They're not always down to party. You wake up at 5 a.m, you go to the kitchen, your dog is always down to party no matter what. No matter what time of day it is, no matter what the weather or anything that's going on, they're 100% down to party all the time. I think you need that in life. I think you need a sidekick like that. You could just share. They'll always be down to have a good time. I think one thing as well, if if you're going out on a big night out, should we say, you just want to have someone looking out for you. If you have a few too many drinks and you're feeling a bit weary, or you're not sure how you're going to get home, can you trust your human friends? Sometimes, depending on who they are. Many of mine, probably not. But your dog's always going to look out for you. They know where you live. They know the route. They've got great memories. They can pull you home, no problem. You're never in any trouble there. They always have your back. Also, if you're worried about any sort of nefarious people out, say you're a lady sort of having a dance in a club, some guy's being a bit weird, trying to get you to dance, you're not interested, quite persistent, put your dog on them. They won't make that mistake again. They won't be allowed in, obviously, if see what happens, but you'll always be protected there. And to be honest, I think that's all I can come up with.
We really have to say, you don't want to get your dog drunk. You're not arguing for the intake of alcohol on dogs.
I should be able to get drunk with. Oh yeah. Oh yes, they should. I completely forgot. What I mean is, they should be able to have a drink as well with you.
You do mean that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they should be able to sort of enjoy the good time.
If you want to have a drink, take your dog with you. I didn't know you wanted an actual. Oh, okay.
I would like to share this with Eddie. You can buy dog beer.
What?
Yeah, but it's not the same. You can't go to the pub and have a few shots with your dog. Or you go on a mad one, a hen do or a stag weekend. Get them a few tequilas in them, and they're great fun. They'll have a dance. It's probably safe. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I think the conspiracy about that, it's probably a lot safer than we're told to let on.
Getting raided by Mosso here. Mosso. Oi. Welcome in. Guys, to the Master Debaters, welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid. We're just on our passion plea, our final round here of the show.
What a great time! What a great time to come into the stream. Me advocating to going out and getting hammered with your pet dog.
Absolutely, yeah. The perfect opportunity to come in. Brilliant. So Eddie, any questions, Meatloaf, for Eddie here and his advocacy for drunk dogs and allow them in bars?
Please make the questions very easy.
No.
One question. What would be the legal age to drink for the dog?
Well, it's Trying to think. It's about 2.5 years, and it got to be 18 or 21, depending where you live.
That's right, a dog years.
Approximation 7 years to a dog year, whatever. So I'd say 2.5, 3. I think anything younger than that is just a bit weird. But a bit older than that, they probably can handle their alcohol a bit better, when they're a bit older. So, and what would be better than going to a pub with a 15-year-old dog who can barely walk and giving them a nice rum and coke just to take the edge off the stresses of elderly life.
Well, there was.
I'm sold. Let's pass
So,
that law.
all right, Eddie. You heard the passion plea. Meatloaf, it is over to you. I can't wait for this. The floor is yours, my friend.
Since I was prepared and I wrote it down, may I bring up my Word document?
Yeah, sure. You did have time to prepare this one. It's up to you, but
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
Let me just bring this over. So my passion plea is for a song that was originally called "Wishing Stone," but the thing is, though, it was changed. But regardless of the song when it came out, it would have still reached peak popularity regardless. Most people will know this song by the iconic opening riff of Wonderwall. My whole argument is why Wonderwall is a great song. And it really is, in my opinion. I will say it is extremely, extremely overplayed. Yeah, I will agree to that. But it's also a really great song for the main reason of most people think it's a love song between, I think, Noel Gallagher and his then wife. But it's technically not even about that. According to Noel, it was taken up by the media, that's what it was about. But the original song is about an imaginary friend who's going to come and save you from himself. The best thing, though, about it is, one of the things you notice is they've tracked two guitars, stereo acoustic guitars. And the chord progression of it is, in my opinion, quite great for the reason of it starts on a F sharp minor 7, then you go into the cable segment of it, and it's F sharp minor 7 to A major to E sus, and then sus 4 for the B7 to sus 4, and then you have the minor 7th chord. And wow, I forgot how much I did not write. Sorry, I mean, for one, the background strings give the song so much more emotion. It gets pretty haunting eventually, with its song being complex, deeply shallow, and meaningless, profound. But Wonderwall was written in the key of F sharp minor, which is set in a common time with a moderate dance groove, while Liam Gallagher's voice, I think it was Liam who sings it, if I remember right, his voice ranges from E3 to F sharp 4 in the song. And also, the little Beatle touch of it is the fact that the song was inspired by George Harrison's solo album, Wonderwall Music. But in my also opinion, that it's one of Liam's best studio vocals, because Liam is a little bit louder than the instrumental on this particular song, so it stands out more. And the mix of it heavily favors the vocals of it. And you gotta admit, though, the chord progression is unique sounding and catchy for when it first came out. And now everyone and their mother who owns a guitar can play it because it's so simple.
Anything else?
Yes, I just wanted to quickly turn and see the chat real quick.
Okay.
To see how much more I have to bury myself.
This is an experience.
Yeah, but
What the hell now?
No. But I mean, like, the thing though is, with Wonderball.
Oh no! Object!
No. I'm not gonna play Wonderball. But the thing though with Wonderwall is, it's easy as a beginner song, and it's a great beginner song, for one reason and one reason only. You don't have that much. I'm trying to get my hand in the shot. Is you don't have to move your ring finger or your pinky at all. And it follows a simple G to E to A progression. And that is why, because it is such a great song for beginners to learn. Which is why it's the greatest song ever. And it honestly sounds better than Smoke on the Water.
Gotta say, playing the guitar and doing these might help your case, I'm just saying.
I know.
I like the fact you played a different song. And that might help his case.
Yes, I also... Smoke in the Water, in my opinion, falls in the same boat as Wonderwall as being overplayed. Because it is one of the beginning songs that people play and mess up the most. Same with Stairway to Heaven. Everybody in their right mind who owns a guitar tries to play Stairway to Heaven, Smoke on the Water, and Wonderwall being the most successful because it's the least complex, but it's also the most complex at the same time because you have the wonderful string arrangement in the background of it. And that's it. And I'm rambling on like a madman.
Well, there we are. We've heard the passion in Meatloaf there, most definitely. Very monotone, but there is passion. I can assure you. Why Wonderwall is a good song. Are there any questions for him in this regard? I mean, I quite like Oasis, but I think there's a meme behind Wonderwall that is bigger than the actual song.
Yes, there is.
So I could see why you would want to make the case and the argument, but it also then reminds us of Wonderwall and the meme and why we don't want to talk or listen to it.
Yeah. Someone asked me if I could play Wonderwall, and I said maybe.
Well, this was going to be the one to try to save me.
Nice.
Anyway, after all, that was Wonderwall. So, who out of our two contestants had the best passion plea tonight? Was it Eddie and his right to bring his dogs to the pub for a drink? Or was it Meatloaf and his serenade of Wonderwall being a better song than you may think it is? Death to Wonderwall, says Harley, so I'm assuming she's siding with Eddie. Alright.
Like I said, the cards are stacked against me with this one. But one day people will forget about all music, and then they'll find the notes to Wonderwall and realize it was the greatest song ever written.
Only because you've been scribbling them about all over the place whenever you go out. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, after that round and the end of the show, I can confirm that Eddie has been the runaway winner, 10-2 in terms of points. Eddie, thank you so much. Thank you, Meatloaf, for joining us here tonight on the first ever Master Debaters. It's been an honour and a privilege. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves.
I had a wonderful time. I'm going to go share some beers with my Labradors now, just in celebration. So don't call the RSPCA, please. Not again. I'm joking. I don't have any dogs. I'm just going to get drunk on myself.
Whee!
Well, I'm going to go up to the roof and play Wonderwall.
No, you're not. You're doing a podcast with me, you Burke.
I'll play Wonderwall on the podcast then, while I'm up on the roof.
Get off to the roof. Right, so we have decided tonight that Pepsi is definitely not as good as Coke, apparently. The majority of us against us, Eddie, mate. Toilet paper should be over. Banana is the best fruit, even though it isn't even a fruit. Dogs are definitively better than cats. McDonald's is not the best fast food restaurant. Winter is most definitely better than summer. And definitively, we can say that you shall and should be able to take your dog on the piss. And that Wonderball should never be played again. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me for the Master Debaters. What we're going to do here is we're going to say goodbye to Eddie. Goodbye, Eddie.